Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chuck Hogan with TL Global. Thank you for joining us today as we welcome another amazing influencer guest in the world of real estate. Today I have with us Pius Dawson. Now, what you don't know about this man is that he was born in the UK and German educated, which means what? He's exceptional. He's the most interesting man in the world. Here's another part that you didn't know about him. He's been involved with multiple brands, from clothing to apparel to design, high-end, and I'm talking high-end folks like Zegna and so on. Why do I go there? This man is an influencer when it comes to the world of real estate and how he is functioning within this environment as a diplomat and liaison, as the vice chair for global realtors in the United States. So in fact, in the greater Houston area, he is the vice chair. And Pius, so I don't want to screw this up. So Pius, what's the organization?
So for Texas Realtors, I am the global vice chair.
Wonderful. And how many years have you been involved in real estate, my friend?
I got licensed in 2011.
Wow. So it's been a hot minute. And with your experience in international engagements, how are you seeing the landscape changing right now for, I'll say, foreign investors, foreign dignitaries, people who are looking to be able to expand and possibly have some, we'll just put it, assets here in the United States? What are you seeing is happening on a global perspective, and what have been some of the shifts in the last couple of years?
Well, in the last couple of years, as everybody knows, the interest rates gone up here in the United States. So I've seen a turn from a lot of the foreign investors going to other countries, not only in Europe, but also over to Mexico. And so in the last couple of years, there's been a lot of new developments, new cities building up. I think the hottest city right now in Mexico is Mérida, which is right now classed as the safest city in North America. The next one after that is Ontario. So the United States does not have a safe city, sorry to say.
Especially if you're in Southern California right now. God bless you all, and we hope that you're safe.
Yeah.
No, but that's really important. So you're seeing an inverse reaction to where the United States was a safe haven before, and now you're seeing American citizens looking to purchase properties elsewhere as well?
Also, yes.
Interesting. Wonderful. So, curiosity question. Why international real estate? Like, what is it for you that you find so compelling that keeps you doing this? Because you have this intoxicating energy about you, this level of, I'll say, grace, but also engagement, that you really enjoy what you're doing. You're having a lot of fun.
I am having a lot of fun.
I don't think you're just gaming me. I really do believe that you're having a great time.
I tell everybody I don't work anymore, but I enjoy tremendously what I do. But going back to your question, you know, a lot of the investors that I deal with around the world, even though I don't speak a word of Spanish, we do a lot of business in Mexico. Just that, you know, it's this referral network that I've built up in other countries. Doesn't matter if it's England, Ireland, Scotland, Germany, Austria, Liechtenstein, I mean, Switzerland. I mean, they're all these countries. They all have different rules and regulations, but everybody looks up to the United States as the pinnacle of real estate. So, you know, we have the ethics, we have everything in place. And so over the last couple of years with all these incidents and lawsuits that's been going on with NAR, you know, I'm being asked by many other countries' leaderships, you know, what's going on, how can we avoid this on our level.
Right.
So, you know, I'm just giving them, you know, what I'm allowed to say from the National Association of Realtors. So, you know, it's very interesting.
Very much so, and thank you for that distinction. You know, you mentioned something earlier, and that is you're widely involved in mentorship as well. And there's always been this concept, like, who mentors the mentors? So people who are running different divisions or districts for real estate associations. And as a co-chair, you have had the distinction of being able to help take under your wing certain individuals to lend more insights and distinctions. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what's involved with your mentorship process?
So Texas Realtors, 160,000 members in the state of Texas. They formed in 2020, which was, right after COVID hit.
Yes.
Everything shut down. Everything was going virtual. And there was a lot of people that jumped off real estate, but there was a lot of movement on every level.
Yes.
And so they formed this leadership development committee, which I've been a part of because right after COVID, I just rolled off from the Houston Association of Realtors, their global chair, in 2019. So I joined this committee, and every year I get assigned, one or two mentors that we take care of and take under our wing. And these are people, executives, association presidents.
Yes.
From every level in real estate. It's not just a realtor. Okay?
Right.
These are also people that are not realtors, but they want to know more about what we do or what I do. My specialty is residential and global, and that's what I bring across to them. So let's say on the part of my mentorship to an association president coming in, I would explain to him or her the reasoning behind having a global entity within their association. And since I've done that, just on this state level, I've consulted with Maryland and with other associations, North Carolina, Florida, with other associations and across the nation.
That's brilliant. Can you share a little bit about how that process gets disseminated and why international, global, is such a mainstay presence for creating an opportunity and expanding possibilities for any brokerage?
It's really when you sit down and you really think about global. You could stay in your bed, covers up to here, laptop in front, and you can do global from your bed. You don't need to travel anywhere nowadays because of the
virtual nature of things. And
exactly. And just building that network. But we're in a city here in Houston. We got 96 consulates that represent all these different countries around the world on all 5 continents. And we also are part of the Sister Cities Houston network, which is a major organization which has direct links to the United Nations as a non-governmental organization. So we have the energy sector. We are the energy capital of the world. We have the biggest medical center in the world, and we have over 15 hospitals and clinics. And just give you an example, MD Anderson has an international department. They bring in 128,000 international patients a year.
Wow.
And that's just one hospital out of all of them. So I work with these hospitals with their international patients, and I'll bring them breakfast and just to keep the staff happy.
He knows how to do it.
But it's a lot of fun. It's meeting a ton of really good, nice people.
Excellent. And again, great distinctions, because once again, the world has become a much smaller place. With the advent of technology and communication, Wi-Fi, Elon Musk's Skylink, and all these different things, we now have the opportunity of staying widely informed as to other community socioeconomic structures, in addition to the opportunities that avail themselves. So exchange rates, things of that nature. To your point, what are you seeing as far as trends are concerned, Pius, when you're meeting realtors in today's climate? Because you work with a multiplicity of different experiential levels and I'll say nuances in relation to different categories of real estate, from residential, commercial, multifamily, to your point, where you might be working with executives or C-suites, individuals that sit on the board of directors for companies overseas, and they're looking for, I'm spending a stint here in the United States, or I'm looking to diversify. What are some of the challenges? We'll start with that first. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing in the current marketplace?
Well, with agents, brokerages, a lot of them will not touch an international client. period. There's even.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just they have not been educated, or the education is missing. I travel around the country educating brokerages on global and setting up, whole global divisions within small and mom and pop operations, or even major brokerages like Keller Williams.
Sure.
So it's a lot to do with education.
Yes.
And they're afraid that I can't do this because I don't know their language, and the forms are only in English. So there's these different things, but when you really take the time to understand these people, a lot of people coming into the United States, they understand and speak a good amount of English.
Absolutely.
So it's not like that, they're just coming in and they don't know anything and they need translators.
Right.
That's not really the case when they're looking for, somewhere to stay. Normally, if it's through a company, the company is paying, so their human resources department, they'll give them a budget.
Sure. They have a stipend or whatever the case might be.
Yeah. So we work within that budget.
Nice.
So it's.
So you really do what I will call a deep dive into rapport building to really ascertain needs, expectations, options, opportunities, in order to make sure that someone's experience is at the most professional, at the highest level, and that they're getting the value that they desire.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And do you have a specific process that you use for that? Is that something that you've culminated over just your years of experience?
Just my experience that I've had, just building those networks, and these networks of international clients, they're already coming into Houston.
Right.
Houston is it could be in Austin, it could be
Dallas,
Fort Worth, it could be anywhere, because in each of those cities they have their own nuances of international or global businesses that are already working there. We have the rodeo, which is big business for us.
Huge. The Fort Worth rodeo is. And it's interesting now because that does garner people from all over the globe. I mean,
Houston is bigger.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It's massive, and they have an international pavilion that's only open the first 10 days. So everybody that flies in from around the world on their private jets, bringing their goats, cows, horses, or whatever, they are in this pavilion. And these people, they're ranchers from Australia, New Zealand, and they have multiple homes already around the world.
Right.
So, I have a whole, short-term rental that I rent out for rodeo.
Okay.
And different major events in key locations in
neat.
Houston. So, we're already working on the World Cup for 2026.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man. I know a lot of folks that are in the VRBO space that are getting very excited.
Yeah.
No, this is wonderful information. What I'm hearing that's beautiful is, what do we notice is happening in the world of primary lending right now? Because there's all these different nuances where, at least here in the United States, it seems like regulations have become so limiting for conventional financing. And when I look at the TO Global platform, like the Shop Owner Finance, it's a very unique protocol. What have you found are the endearing properties of having access to, a no credit check, no taxation, no... I was like going, wait, can you fog this mirror and you have enough cash for a down payment?
Well, I'm just waiting for TL Global to give me a backpack when I travel that says, third-party financing in all the different languages when I'm traveling around the world, because that is so key for a lot of these international people. It doesn't matter if it's an investor or just somebody looking to buy a home or a rental property. They don't have a social. They don't have. They can't get financed, and so
seasoning of funds, tax documentation.
It's a nightmare, and then for a lot of these people, they can't get the money out of their country.
Right.
So a lot of these companies that, transfer funds back and forth, they won't touch them, or they're not allowed to work in that country.
Right.
So, we've looked at, well, I've looked at so many different avenues, and TL Global just fits right in there of that space that's right now needed to fulfill that global concept.
And you and I were discussing a little earlier, because there's such a uniqueness in looking at what the future of citizenship looks like here in the United States. As someone who's from another country, and as yourself being UK born, it is interesting to see the requirements necessary now in order to become a U.S. citizen, or even work visas now, like these H-1s. I mean, it's becoming very interesting to see all the subsidies and all of the explanations, and they're making it very stern.
Yeah.
So for those that are concerned about, oh, well, but then if I'm asked to leave, then I'm without. And it's like, no, because there's ways of structuring the deals with trusts or with different types of corporations or corporate entities that still give control mechanisms to those that have invested and get to enjoy the aspect of expanding their real estate portfolio within this program. And so that's wonderful. It's so heartwarming to hear that someone with your experience has been looking at this and going, wow, this provides a unique opportunity.
Well, it's also going back, and it's funny that you mentioned that. So a lot of my personal experience as a foreigner coming to another country, my process of becoming a United States citizen was not the easiest.
Right.
I got deported.
Wow.
In 2000, and I was already married to an American, my wife.
Yes.
For 5 years. And so she came back, and we lived in Germany for 5 years together. And then we came back again in 2005. And then went through the process. But, it's those stories that, I can relate to a lot of my clients.
Absolutely.
That they say, damn, this guy knows what he's talking about. Okay, he's been there. Okay. So,
and you have the motions and feelings of those experiences,
exactly,
of knowing the processes, the time, the frustration. Because you can do everything right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not judging everyone out in virtual world, but I will say is this: government doesn't move quickly.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
In most instances.
Yeah.
And so part of that, thank you for sharing that, because that experience makes a huge difference. So I'll ask a different question. Had this program been in your back pocket at that time when you first were going through this experience, might your engagement have had a different chronology? And would it possibly have allowed you to secure a dwelling or a home even faster?
Yeah, but it's as a foreign investor, you can still buy property.
Yes.
There is no requirement on the immigration standpoint, but it does not give you access to a green card. You still have to go through that process. So, I could have bought a house at the time, but it still wouldn't have given me the green card at the time.
And you still would have been in Germany financing a house here in the United States.
Yeah.
So, no, great points. And thank you. It's I know that one of the tenets of Till Lowry and TL Global is to ascertain and bring in amazing talent and people who have had experiences, so we can actually help other real estate professionals see the distinctions as to how we can continue to expand and grow. I have a personal favor to ask, and that is if you could help, I will say, those of our brothers and sisters who are maybe struggling, maybe they're finding that they're not getting the same traction that they would love to have in this industry. What's one or two tidbits of advice that you might give to someone if they were under your tutelage as a mentor?
The first thing I tell everybody to do, if they're there, is complete your profile on the local MLS, on the state association board, which they are a member of, and paying dues there, and also on the national level. I see so many people that, they just got licensed and they've been licensed for years, and their profiles, no pictures, nothing, zilch, nada. And when you take into consideration that a client they're going to Google you. They're going to say, who is this? Who's Pius Dawson? And the first thing that pops up is HAR, Texas Realtors, NAR, because those sites are being paid for to get in the top levels of the search engines.
And those SEOs are important, just so everyone knows. When someone's talking SEO, that's search engine optimization, and where you show up makes a big difference. Yeah. It actually lends to the credibility, because people aren't going to page 10 to look for the realtor that they hope to aspire to work with. That is great advice. What's the second tidbit of information you were going to lend?
The second is just to make sure that they have the education. So NAR, they offer what they call the C2EX. It's a whole program that you can do at your own pace.
Yes.
But it gives you a lot of insight, not only to the ethics, but a lot of working with clients, fair housing rules and regulations. So there's a lot of information that you need to have in the back of your mind when you're speaking to clients. Discrimination and fair housing is very important. So, this takes you through and you get the credit for taking this C2EX every time.
Outstanding. So again, enhancing yourself, attaining more knowledge, expanding one's able to integrate and to connect with people.
And it doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So it's a no-brainer.
It really is.
So the first 2 points cost $0.
Those were the freebies.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone that has not experienced the TO Global platform in shop owner finance, getting the VIP realtor designation to actually have a clear understanding as to what this program can provide?
Just call me.
I can't say it any better than that. So at the end of the day, there's a ton of knowledge that's available to you all. Pius, thank you so much. This has been enlightening, and thank you for sharing some of your insights and distinctions with us. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Look up Pius Dawson. I'm Chuck Hogan with TO Global. We look forward to seeing you soon.